Time to do How Was Your Day Bombshell before I go get a quick workout in. Well, I am going to sing one quick song for you. Again, I'm still at war with the CMAs, and I have forgot to do a Roseanne Cash song, and I am not going to let myself off the hook. I'm going to sing a Roseanne Cash song, by golly. Anyway, how's my coloring going? I am so glad you asked. Let me grab the appropriate picture here. I finished the snowman couple. Aren't they adorable? Gazing deeply into each other's eyes. Out in the cold snow. Look at the moon watching on. Yeah, that's a Santa moon. So, anyway, what am I working on next? Glad you asked. I'm working on this adorable bear. Isn't he adorable? Oh, okay. Anything amazing happen in my day today? Kinda. The neighbors and I, we exchanged gifts on my day off Tuesday, and they were so thoughtful. They brought over this gourmet popcorn, 3 different kinds of flavor I've never even seen or heard of. And I told them, I said, we're not going to open it up until Christmas Eve because I want good vibes for the holidays. So it's going to be their treat here at the house for everybody to feast on during Christmas Eve. And then they gave us a $25 gift card to Cracker Barrel and some adorable pictures that will probably go in my wallet, if not Grandpa's wallet. I know I'll probably have to fight him off for Camden's photo and probably the family photo. But they're adorable, and I just adore these guys. They're like family to us. They're always there when we need a good family friend or someone to help out in time of need, and that's just exactly what good neighbors do. Thank you, and thank you for the amazing gifts. And I know that the kids enjoyed theirs because she told me that Camden already had his set up in his room, the little toy train, and he loved the little transformer and everything. So I guess I did well. So that's a cool thing. I'm so glad that the Dear Bombshell is like one of my top rated watched videos. I've ruffled a few of my friends' feathers because I didn't think I was going to post them in a Dear Bombshell, so I apologize for that. But it's just, I think that the best thing about Dear Bombshell, it helps others out there see, you know, how to go in situations and how to either guide through the waters or get out of the waters. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I don't want for anyone this holiday season is for them to get their hopes so sky high that then they bottom out. And I've been there many a times. And I always believe the best, and I get the worst. So, one thing going forward in my life, I don't want any more arguments. I don't want any more pointing fingers or accusations or anything like that. If they can't handle me at my worst, they can't handle me at my best. And I am at the point that I'm looking forward to the new year. I am going to be focusing more on adoption, and I'm okay with that. And I think that slowly my family's okay with that. Slowly. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just that my mom and probably my grandpa would say I've been scared and I've been fearful of love, but I have been hurt. And when you get hurt so deeply, then it's hard to even believe in it. Hard to believe that it exists. You know, I've seen a lot of my friends have these kind of relationships where, you know, they fall so hard so fast. And I'd always be like, why are you so head over heels? And every time, you know, they would come back. This is when I was younger. I would say about 14 or 15. Or no, not even that. Maybe 12, 13. Well, 12 or 13. And one of my friends would say, oh, you know what? When you get that amazing feeling, you just feel like you have to know where they're at all the time. You have to know what they're doing and who they're with. And I always thought that was over-controlling, overbearing. And then there were, you know, Mike and everybody else in my life. And all I can say is I think that I have been burned by love a lot. And it's sad, yes, but when you realize that you're too scared to want to try again, that it's best to avoid it altogether, then it's easier to poke fun. And I think that it's easier for me to give advice on it because I can see in others where they make mistakes or they need guidance. And it's easier for me to do that in others rather than focus on myself so much. See where I'm going with that? Anyway, you know, I have been prideful at times. I have been, when I should say I'm wrong, I don't. I'm headstrong and bullheaded. And if I could help these other couples out in any way rather than tear them apart, I would hope that I could do that. I did not mean to make any couples be gun shy or not try this holiday season, as some of my friends said. But what I meant for that to be more of a wake-up call. Don't go getting your hopes set so high that your bubble may be bursted and you may get coal in your stocking instead of a nice Santa Claus. So I hope that's what everybody's thinking of going forward. Of course, in a Dear Bombshell kind of thing, quick thing here, I got asked, so, every year you've went out and you've purchased a gift for your Santa Claus and it's never been used. Will you ever give up those gifts at some point or use them yourself? I don't know. I will say this much. I'm still a hopeless romantic at heart, for what it's worth. But I think that sometimes when you get hurt so bad that you take the easy way out and you avoid it and you don't want to let anybody else down because they may think, oh, so she's 42, she can't have kids. When, yes, I have PCOS, and I had all the work to have children, yes. Do I regret not having them when I was younger? That will always be a regret for me. But you have to look at the 50-50, because the other side of it is, while, I didn't get to have kids when I was younger, I wouldn't have been able to help my grandma and, stay around the house like she did, and I wouldn't be able to fight her battles making her be able to stay at home like she was. So, it's a toss of a coin, really, if you think about it. I don't think I do feel like I missed out, yes, but I don't think that I've missed out totally. I feel like that I don't want a man to be with me to be like, well, you know what, I'm going to make you feel bad if you can't have your own kid, and I'm going to leave you for someone who can have their own kid. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be second best. I don't want to be second rated. I don't want to be like, well, she's working all the time, so I'll go see Susie over here on the corner. Or, I don't want it to be like, the best friend's wife is lurking around the corner. I don't want that anymore. I don't want that insecurity feeling like I can't trust that guy to be alone with any woman that's not me. You know what I'm saying? So the best thing for me to do is, I'm still on my dating sites. I'm still, out there. Right now I'm poking fun at it. At one point I had a Dear Santa letter up on one of the dating sites. And now I have got this thing up there. All I want is forever. Instead of all I want for Christmas, because Christmas is just a holiday season. As I said in the video last night, a guy can step in for the holiday, but to step in for 365 days a year without an excuse, and not just for a gift, and then be out the door. And not just for these motives of, oh, I'll be there for the holiday and be a great guy, paint myself as a great guy, and then be out the door. Then, you're better off alone. And will I always probably buy gifts and think like some of these Pollyannas that ask me questions? I will not lie. I have bought a Christmas gift this year for my Santa Claus. Again, notice I said my Santa Claus because it's not that I don't believe in the big guy in the red suit. It's just my faith in the red guy in the red suit has went down considerably, I would say. I think we all dream about having that Hallmark movie, that Hallmark moment. Well, take, for instance, one of my favorite books that they turned into a Hallmark movie, Dashing Through the Snow, with Andrew Walker. Anyway, there's a fight in the movie. We think things are done, and she's even telling her mom that, she's ruined things with the greatest man she ever knew, and there's no hope. And at the end of the movie, he comes driving up on her dad's tractor, and they work things out. I mean, We all want that. But realistically, there's a good chance we're not going to get that. So I always say be prepared for just in case. And if you have extra gifts left over, then maybe next year when you're short gifts or need gifts, you can dig into that pile and have to start using those gifts. It all works out. Anyway, I'm going to continue on with my Roseanne Cash song next. You don't want to go nowhere, because after all, I have to do this to make the CMAs realize how many women they missed in women empowerment.